back to my channel. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend and are ready to kickstart this week right with some yummy weight loss friendly vegan meals. So today we're going to be in my kitchen making some yummy, delicious plant-based meals that are weight loss friendly. So you guys brought to my attention that there's not a ton of meal ideas for us vegans. So yes, of course there are some. You can go on Pinterest, you can go on YouTube, you can find some. But I do feel like overall, as a whole, it's a very neglected category. So I'm here to help. Like, even when I go on Pinterest, which is one of my favorite places to find meal ideas, I'll find a delicious looking meal that's in a vegan category. I'll get to reading, I'll get to cooking, and then at the end, there's sneaky kale, cucumbers, arugula, and a little bit of cheese for protein. And I'm just like, but I don't eat cheese. So that's why this month I'm dedicating to vegan weight loss meals, because I know how hard it is when you're looking up a recipe and then there's no vegan options, or there is, but it's really not that healthy. So that's why I'm going to be doing it this month, especially because you guys know I'm toning up for summer, losing weight for summer, just kind of getting excited about summer. By the way, all of the meal ideas in today's video are kind of like summer, like fresh inspired. Everything in this video is really fresh. Now I just want to say one more thing before we jump into today's video, and that's I've been getting so many messages. How am I toning up so fast and all that kind of stuff? So one thing that I really want to say that has been the most helpful thing, really important on kind of like, I don't want to say major weight loss, I'm just, you know, losing a few pounds here and like toning up, but what's really helped me get back on track, all of my meals must contain nutritional value. So I don't want to eat things like a bagel and cream cheese and like french fries and stuff like that. Like stuff with zero nutritional value is gonna do nothing for your body and your nutrition and your health and all of that. Food with little to no nutritional value isn't going to fill you up. You're going to be hungry like an hour later, which can then lead to you overeating. Everything in today's video is super fresh, high in nutritional value, protein, and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know if there's any recipes you guys want me to make vegan in my next video, or like food that's not typically vegan and you want me to try to make it vegan. I'd love to take on the challenge. So I love you guys so much, and let's get started.
Okay, starting with breakfast. So in the summertime, I always crave cereal. However, for the longest time, I just really didn't like cereal as far as weight loss goes, because a lot of them have way too many sugars, are way too many carbs for the serving size, and are just really not giving you any nutritional value. When you're picking a cereal, I would choose one with low ingredients, so not a whole long list, and one that has a pretty good ratio of carbs to sugars, and this one actually has 7 grams of protein, which I think is a great added bonus. So for the serving size for this one, it's 1.5 cups. It's one of those like 31 pieces, so I actually counted all 31 out for you guys. And then I'm also going in with some protein milk. Having protein with your breakfast is really good because it's going to help you stay full longer. If I just have something like a fruit bowl, then it's really hard for me to stay full. So then I added a half a banana and some cinnamon. And as you guys know from some of my previous videos, cinnamon is great for the metabolism. I would definitely start your morning off with some cinnamon. So that's it, a super easy breakfast. Okay, so next we have our AM snack. So this is going to be your morning snack. And for this one, keep an open mind, don't knock it till you try it. So you're gonna start with watermelon. Just cut as much or as little as you want, and you're going to be adding on some sea salt. Yes, sea salt. Then we're going in with mint. Mint is so great for your gut, for digesting, for cleansing the palate. It's just all around great for any stomach issues. Then I'm going in with a tiny bit of balsamic vinegar. And this is usually where people are like, wait, hold up, Sam, that sounds like the weirdest snack ever. But it's a great mix between salty, sweet, and then fresh from the mint. It's a great summer snack. It's great to bring to a pool party, and it's absolutely delicious. Okay, so for lunch, we're doing Chinese takeout, but the healthier, low sodium option. So first we're making the quinoa. I always start with quinoa. To make quinoa, you want to do 2 cups of water, bring it to a boil, and then 1 cup of quinoa. So let that cook and then set aside. So now I'm making my tofu. I only add a tiny bit of oil when I'm making tofu so that it comes out nice and crunchy. I went in with garlic powder and a tiny bit of pink salt. It does take a good amount of time, I'm not going to lie. It's like 15 minutes of just sitting there, kind of cooking the tofu, but then you get it right. And one thing I love to do is make a big batch of tofu, you know, in the beginning of the week, and then I'll have that in all my meals later in the week. That way you don't have to sit there each time. So just set the quinoa and the tofu aside, and now we're going to be making the veggies. So I'm going in with rice vinegar, as you just saw, garlic, and some green onions. Don't use all of them. We're going to be topping some at the end. So rice vinegar is great because it's got no sodium, but it's that nice salty taste. So it's great anytime you want to use salt, but then you don't want to have all the sodium of salt. Go in with rice vinegar. Now I'm going in with some broccoli. I'm using frozen broccoli. It's more budget friendly to use frozen veggies, but I love to do a mixture of frozen and fresh. So go in with whatever you have, frozen or fresh. And I did go in with a little bit more rice vinegar because you guys know I love me some salt. I like a nice salty taste. Then I'm going in with a little bit more garlic powder. And then, guys, look, I have my new lemon squeezer. So isn't this thing so cool? I have my lemon in there, and then the juices just come out. It's perfect. And that way we have a nice fresh taste. Remember, this video is all about summer freshness. So go in with a little bit of lemon or lime, and then I'm also going in with a little bit of edamame. Mix that all in there. Also, edamame is a great source of protein for vegans and vegetarians. Okay, so now you just want to mix everything together with our original tofu and quinoa mixture. So you just want to mix in your veggies, and then once I have them all in there nice and hot, that's when I take my wooden spoon, as you guys will see in a second. It's very steamy at that part. You want to really mix everything together so that the flavors just marry together. Now I'm going in with Bragg's Liquid Amino, which is a soy sauce alternative. It's lower in sodium and all that stuff, yet it still tastes exactly like soy sauce. And then I'm also topping with some of the green onions that we made earlier and a little bit of red chili flakes. That way we have a nice little kick, a nice little spice. And that is everything. This is one of my favorite lunches at the moment. So good, and that makes about 2 to 3 servings. For our PM snack, we are doing cheesy chips, because one thing that always reminds me of summer is chips. You know, driving in the car, eating chips, going to the beach, bringing chips, outside, chips, lots of chips. So we're making some cheesy kale chips. So when you're cutting kale chips, you want to make sure that you cut the stem away, or else it just, like, I don't know, it comes out really weird if you bake the stem as well. I've done it before. I don't recommend it. So then you have a big pile of kale, which is so aesthetically pleasing. I don't know why I'm obsessed with kale, but I just am. So then you just want to take oil. You can use avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil, like what I'm doing. Put it on your hands and just get it all nice and in there. Then I have some parchment paper. I put my kale on there, and now I'm going in with some pink salt. And then the cheesy stuff is going to be nutritional yeast by Bragg's. One thing that I love about this is it's also a great source of vitamin B, so that's also great for vegans, and it has such a great cheesy taste. Then I'm going in with everything but the bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's. By the way, this was my very last bit I used on these kale chips, so I have to go to Trader Joe's and get more because this seasoning is bomb. You will love it. So then I bake them for around 10 to 15 minutes. All ovens kind of vary, but you'll know that they're ready and they're kale chips when they make this sound. They're nice and flaky and crunchy, just like regular chips. So then I put them in a nice container, seal them up, and then I can have chips whenever I want, and they're guilt-free. And for dinner, we are doing a summer spaghetti, nice and fresh, the word of the day. So since I am half Italian, that's one thing that we would always have in the summertime. My grandparents would pick tomatoes and basil and everything from their garden, and we would always have a nice family summer spaghetti. So the first thing you want to do is add a little olive oil to your pan, and we're going in with some garlic. It's a lot of garlic. Next, I'm going in with a little bit of red chili pepper flakes. Now, if you don't like things to be too spicy, definitely don't add a lot, so this is really up to you. However, since we are going in with zucchini spaghetti, as you see here, they definitely need some spice. You know what I mean? They need a little kick. They're not bad by any means. They're very, you know, vegetable tasting, but they need a little extra kick. So that's why I went in with some red chili flakes. However, you can go in with whatever you want, but moral of the story is they're a little blah and they need some help. So then you want to go in with your tomatoes and your basil. And the recipe that I found said to use tongs, which I was all about because I just got these gold tongs, as you guys saw in my kitchen tour, and I was very excited to get to use them for the first time. Towards the end, I went in with onion powder, just kind of mix that around. And by the way, these cook very fast, between like 5 and 7 minutes. Currently, I'm all about capers right now. They kind of have like a pickly taste, so I added those on top for extra kick. And of course, instead of going in with Parmesan cheese, I went in with my nutritional yeast. And then the great part is you have seconds for the next day. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's kind of meal prep, meal video. I love you guys so much. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.